Seth. I was hoping Blue TV was also going to be here. I know news sources like to pull from their video and create stories. I'm actually counting on that and was going to talk to them and try to get some responses back, because we would like others to hear a different agenda than the narrative of the withdrawal committee and those that favor it. So am I to just speak on the finances?
Facilities.
Yeah, or the facilities?
Facilities planning. That we
And
started
the
this.
planning, is that the planning regarding closing a school? Is that regarding the withdrawals?
So I'm going to pause
Is
it.
that regarding the lack of communication to residents, families, students, staff? That sort of thing? When do we talk? When?
We added this onto our agenda,
Okay.
I believe, this summer, because we had a lot of public comment while we were discussing the different options. And during a regular public comment, we're not allowed to.
I know, I missed the public comment, lucky for the room. So,
We're not
it
allowed.
sounds like I missed my opportunity to say
No, but
that the withdrawals, you know what I want to say. So it sounds like it's not the right time.
no, what?
But also the school board, I got plenty to say about the school board. Is that also not the right time?
Can
Let
we
me
allow
know.
people to make comments about the withdrawals during this time? Because I feel like that was confusing.
Because you can't, let me tell you, just so you guys know, because you're often not there, right? You're not at the high school, you're not talking to staff, you're not talking to students, I know you're not talking to families. So, I don't know when do we talk? When do we talk, right? We can only talk here, there, we can't talk at the withdrawal meeting, right? That's shut down, meeting's over, meeting adjourned, it's over, or you can talk at the Pills one, but they will not answer you. Kingfield, I don't know. I'm not Kingfield's cup of tea either, so. I mean, when do we express ourselves? Like, how does families get out what they need? When is the students represented? Because it's not the school board here, because I know you all still haven't been up to this high school. Right? Fair? Anybody attending anything? Like appropriately so. There's a game going on in the background. Appropriately so. That's my time? Well, dang on it. How about that? But yes, it's time. So we're reaching out to news outlets because you see me and you hear my voice, but we're backed up. Like, there's people too. There's families too. You just see me. Families get to enjoy that. And also because, all the retirees that got to come before us and raise their children and have lovely stories and memories of their kids that got to graduate here. It's our time. These are our family's times. We're sick of all the burdens of everything else going on, that now we gotta continue to fight for a school. When we should be leaning on you all, because you set the narrative, but you guys have members that lead the table and lead the charge for separation. I could keep going, you already know. Yes. Stay tuned for the report. I'm coming to news outlets. I don't even care about the people promised gigs for the next Pratt Academy. Like, we're coming. We're coming.
All right.
Time's up. You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Phoebe Smith. I'm
Sorry,
from Strong.
Phoebe. No, you're good.
I think as people as family members, as parents, for all those of us that are not in alignment with withdrawal, we don't know how to lead the way. We don't know how to get information out to the public. How can we present? How do we form a committee? How do we ask our kids? I know we don't want to say names and it's not personal, but it is personal because it's turning our kids' lives upside down. We're not being able to retain great teachers. Our district is so unstable. It's trickling down and affecting our kids, and I'm so tired of that. And so we're poking the bears. and how, like, we need information, where to get information of what can we do to get out to townspeople as to other information, as to vote, other information other than just withdrawing and what it's gonna do. Because I thought these withdrawal committees were supposed to present all information, or, I'm not coming up with the word I want.
Collecting data,
But
right?
collecting
Let's
data
have info.
and presenting different options. And different options are not being presented. So we need to know how to get people to get to know what these different options are. I'm a nurse. I educate people every day, and when I educate them, I talk to them in a language that they can understand. I do not understand the Maine Department of Education language. I need you guys to guide us on that. And that's what I'm charging. That's what I'm giving you board members as people that vote you into these seats. That's what we need your assistance with right now.
And just for clarification, and this might be frustrating for some of the audience to hear.
Oh, sorry. Talk, 'cause it's so
You need
loud.
to use your mom voice.
That is a first. I've been told to speak louder, so thank you. Just for clarification, because my central office, as we're working through all these requests in the different areas, we've reached out to DOE, and they have made it very clear that the central office has to remain a neutral party in regards to town withdrawal. So we are a resource, we are a partner, but we have to remain a neutral party in this process.
Who's the central office? You, the board? Who?
Yeah, central office is like myself, my business manager, human resources. Like as we are,
Not the board though, because that's crystal clear. We know the board leaves the table, says in their town, we should seek out, we should withdraw, and voted for it on the petition. Art is the chair. We have to go get papers from one of them. Hudson is the selectman of the other. What are we
Okay.
needing to do? They raise their hand to say, we're not in favor of pre-K
Yep.
through 12. What are we to do?
I would say,
We want that vote?
for sharing of additional information, I would say like, yeah, you said Maine DOE, and Maine DOE has some resources that are helpful and some are written at a higher level. Going to the committees, asking questions. And then I would say requesting any data. All of our data is on the website, or if you need help with that, I will happily explain any of the processes we've had. And I believe all the withdrawal committees will also happily explain any information or questions you may have.
But they don't, because
That's
it's a
loose.
public forum, but it's not a Q&A.
I'm saying like not during the meeting, but if you sent them a message
Loose.
to connect, to go over, I believe they would.
I am on the Kingfield Withdrawal Committee, and I would be happy to, if you wanted to send me an email, try and help you through understanding some of it, because I also am having to often ask our consultant Muffy, who has done this before and has gone through it, and I feel like is trying to make sure that we remain neutral within Kingfield. And that, I mean, I know we've discussed it many times in our meetings, that it's just our job to create a plan. It's the town's job to decide what to do with it. And as a committee, we may decide, once the plan's created, that we don't, what would the word be? Recommend the plan. We have decided, we've discussed it openly in public meetings. I know you were at one of them. I know John's been at a few of them, that we have said that we don't know yet what, as a committee, we would recommend, because we haven't finished our plan yet. But I know that's just one person, but I would love to help, if that helps at all.
And there are email addresses on most of the withdrawal committees. There are email addresses. I mean, I've not received any emails from anybody asking any questions. I have no problem asking questions, as most of you have been at the meetings.
You know
Don't-
the questions, Jess.
I don't ask, right, I keep asking the same questions.
Right, so, you
So,
know what
I mean,
nobody's emailing you with the questions, you're there, you hear the questions, they're the same questions, they don't have answers. Same thing, every part of the whole setup was, we can stop this anytime. We
Okay.
can stop this anytime.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, I hear the frustration, and I definitely understand.
Yeah, I'm done.
And then just trying to come up with a financial solution that makes sense to that town.
Right.
I mean, it's all about money right at the moment.
Well,
the state has told us we can't afford to run things the way we're doing it right now. And people are trying to do something to make it work. And it's not spending your way out of the problem.
Then it's not,
There's no money. There's no
Right.
money anywhere. Another woods outfit went down tonight on the news, 115 jobs. Wake up. It's just the money's not there. So we're trying to make do with what we've got. That's what we were taught growing up. If you can't spend your way out of the problem, make do with what you've got.
All right, so back to the facilities questions. Do we have any facilities questions? You have one? Okay, go ahead, dear.
This is sort of addressed to the rest of the board. I am on the Facilities and Operations Committee. This is not a recommendation or any reflection of what we talked about on the committee. But since we skipped, or the last meeting was canceled, I think time was of the essence. I would like to know how the board feels about these ideas in general. So people, we need a long-term solution. I think everybody needs to know a long-term solution. It is likely that is going to be major consolidation, like not closing one school, closing 2 schools, and eventually coming down to one campus, hopefully, when we can get the funding for that. If we think closing 2 schools is something that as a committee we've been talking about and talked through a lot of the numbers, looking at enrollment, the possibility of towns withdrawing, it just seems more and more sure that we're not going to have enough students for 3 buildings in the pretty near future. If we think 2 schools are in the near future and we want to keep K-12 in our district, and considering geography and town size and building flexibility, it does make sense to keep open Strong and MTA. And we could argue MTA, I know there are people, I know, but it is a big flexible building and a good property, and at the center, geographically, of our towns. I think we should start in that direction now. I think that we should, in the next month or 2, have a board vote and vote in that direction, but potentially wait. I should say, I think we should start now, because if we wait for withdrawal numbers to come through and votes to come through, we were hoping for strong vote in March so we would have more information. Now that's been pushed to June. In some of the towns are November. It's too long. We don't have that long. We're running out of money. I think this could also help the cause of Strong staying in the district, which is important for many reasons, not least of which is financial. If we can say, Strong, we would really like to keep your building open, please rally and get people to the vote and get people to the committee meetings, and it's work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time, but if we as a board can say that, then I think it's more likely that they stay in. I do think maybe we don't close both at once. How that process works is contingent on a lot of things, logistics, the capacity of our admin, all of this, but to have a direction, to know where we can intelligently spend money. Sorry, can I keep going just for 30 seconds? Anyway, a direction would be good to make smart decisions about where we are going to spend our money. I think that our admin is at capacity with all of this withdrawal stuff, so maybe we vote as a board, and then the paperwork and all of that comes when our admin has the time, basically. The last thing, I think that it's worth considering starting the process of moving 7th and 8th to MTA as soon as possible. Starting the process as soon as possible, because every model that we've looked at that makes sense has 7th and 8th here. So I'm curious what the other board members think about that.